It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Geno Jones. Showtime. I'm here. Hey, I see you here too. I'm checking out. Everybody watching me live, hey, what's happening? I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I hope you had a great, correction, Wednesday. See, Monday was the King holiday. I'm like a day off. What is going on? Shout out to my Working Divas on my radio show. I call Wednesdays Working Divas Wednesday. I know, ladies, working hard. You're saying, hell, Geno. Every day is a Working Divas day. But Wednesday, we always have a special salute to our Working Divas on Working Divas Wednesday. So right here. So Working Divas Wednesday right here on the Geno Jones Show. So you can check me out live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, where it is like, whoo, man, cold ain't the word. It's like Antarctica, like temperatures with the wind chill. So dress warm. Man, shout out to folks that's got those electric cars. The damn battery froze. I'm like, ooh, wait a minute, hold on. Now, tonight here in the Carolinas, here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro, it's going down to 24. I think, and Saturday night, the air temp's 20. The wind chill is going to be like single digits. So for here, that's like 40 below wind chill in Chicago. But they're getting real wind chills, minus 25, 30. So just dress warm, everybody. Don't play around. Break out that winter coat. Get what you need. Get that big, get your little shearling. If you got a real fur coat, damn PETA, they can go to hell. I know they mean well, but you ain't trying to get frostbitten. And if you got a faux fur, I hope that damn thing is warm, because you're going to need it if you are anywhere. I think like 100 million people are dealing with like sub-freezing temperatures. So just be careful out there, y'all. Don't even mess around. Hey, I got good news. If you are a Janet Jackson fan, Janet Jackson is going back out on tour for 2024. If you missed it, you got a chance to see her starting this spring. I don't have the exact date. She's got a website, or follow her on Instagram. She's going out with Nelly. And she's going to be doing a lot of like basketball arenas. In Atlanta, she's going to do, I think, State Farm Arena. So all around here in the U.S. Janet, I got to see Janet live. I missed her last year. I am not going to miss her this year. Janet Jackson. Put some respect. Put some respect with a K and respect with a T. Put some respect and respect on Janet's name, damn it. Don't be messing around. Not at all. Not at all. Now, speaking of the Jackson family, so the brother who directed all of like Denzel's, who directed all of his The Equalizer 1, 2, and 3, he directed Training Day, Antoine Fuqua. He is doing this Michael Jackson biopic now. They didn't tell me exactly when they're going to release it. But guess who's going to be playing Michael Jackson? One of his nephews named Jafar Jackson. He look a whole lot like, actually, he really looks more like his daddy. His daddy is Jermaine Jackson. But all them Jacksons, they got some very strong genes. That gene pool is very strong. So they all look alike. So he looks like his uncle, but he looks damn near just like, he's really like a cross between Michael and Jermaine. There are pictures of him. You can see him on social media. And I hear the kid, even though he's never acted, he's a natural. And he's just naturally so much like his uncle, Michael. Well, it is his uncle, so he got some of his uncle's DNA, so it would make sense. So as soon as I find out when this Michael Jackson biopic, and shout out to Antoine Fuqua, I'm sure the family could trust the brother, know he's going to do right by Michael, and ain't going to be doing no crazy-ish. So the Michael Jackson biopic, I cannot wait to see it, especially because this ain't done by TMZ or somebody crazy. By a legitimate brother who's a brilliant award-winning filmmaker. Because like I said, all the training from Training Day, and like Denzel is his go-to actor. They have a great chemistry as a director and actor. Because Denzel's directed himself and produced. So shout out to Antoine Fuqua. Shout out to Jafar Jackson. Shout out to Jermaine. I know you're proud of your son, and I know Janet's proud of her nephew, and Rebe and Latoya, all of them proud of Marlon, Tito, Jackie, all of them proud of their little nephew. I can't wait to see that movie. All right, so that's my Jackson information for today. Celebrating a birthday since we're talking about today. Today, January 17th. Shout out to my Capricorns. Capricorns, stand up! Celebrating a birthday today. He started off as a rapper, a TV show personality, actor, businessman. Listen, don't sleep on this brother. He's doing very, very well as a businessman. Brandy's brother, Brandy's baby brother. And believe it or not, Snoop Dogg is his first cousin. Yeah, I'm talking about Ray J. Yes, Ray J. Actually, he's a junior, William Ray Norwood, like Brandy's Sonia Norwood, so he's a junior. So Ray J is 43 today. Now, celebrating his 42nd birthday today, repping the Chi-Town, even though he ain't living in Chicago, but repping the south side of Chicago, from Inglewood to Blue Island, which is just is a suburb of Chicago. South suburban suburb, as we would say it. NBA champion, not one, not two, three-time NBA champion, Olympic gold medal, USA basketball, 2008 with him and Kobe, the Redeem team. They went and handled business, restored order in the world of basketball. Got that gold medal back for USA. I'm talking about the one. And Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, my man Dwayne Wade. Happy birthday, D. Wade. Wade County, that's what they call, like Dade County is where the city of Miami. Of course, Dwayne Wade won 3 NBA championships. Him and LeBron and Chris Bosh playing for the Miami Heat. They called them the Heatles. So happy birthday to my brother Dwayne Wade. He is a junior, by the way, because his dad, who taught him the game, Dwayne Wade Sr. So Dwayne Wade is 42, D. Wade 42 today. Happy birthday. Lil Jon, yeah! Rapper and producer. Produced a whole lot of hits. You know, he did for Usher. He's done a lot of hits. Just Google Lil Jon's hits. Lil Jon, producer, and hit records. He produced a lot of hit records, man. So Lil Jon is 50, and then he was in a reality show. Lil Jon, 53 today. Shabut Sil! Shabut Sil! I'm talking about my man, dancehall, reggae, rapper, legend, my man, Shabba Ranks. Bad dude. Looked like he stuck his head in the oven a little too long, but I digress. Shabut Sil! Shabba's 58 today. Today she turned 59 years old. Now, in no disrespect to Dr. Jill Biden, she is currently our First Lady. And I've had the honor to meet Dr. Biden. She's a wonderful woman, beautiful spirit, just an amazing First Lady. President Biden is lucky. He chose well. I know what that's like. Fellas, boy, man, if you get chose. Because women do the picking and choosing. We may do the hiring and firing. But like I say in my audiobook, Game Recognized Game, that came out in 2005, The Real, The Raw, The Why. Men do what they do in relationships. So before a lot of these other folks is coming out with these relationship books, just for the record, you can order the CD. It was an audio book I released in 2005. The copyright is on the CD and on the back of the case. Then I got it published 2013. Because I didn't know anything about publishing a book, didn't have the money. So I digress. So celebrating her birthday today, she is 59. She is our forever First Lady, especially for the community, for our culture. I am talking about Michelle Robinson Obama. That's right, the First Lady Michelle Obama, whose maiden name is Robinson, who's got family, the Robinson family, watching me up in Georgetown, South Carolina, which is about a 45-minute drive from where I am right now here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Happy birthday, First Lady. Happy birthday to Michelle Obama. Happy 59th birthday. Also celebrating her birthday today, comedian, TV show game host, joke jacker, that's according to Mark Curry, and Cat Williams. Look, I just report the news. I don't make it up. Steve Harvey, 67 today, one of the great actors of all time, and one of the great voices who plays, I am your father, Darth Vader. So he's the voice of Darth Vader on Star Wars. He's also the voice of Mufasa. That's right, Mufasa. The Lion King. I am talking about James Earl Jones, 93. Man, James, happy 93rd birthday to James Earl Jones. Happy heavenly birthday. I'm really excited because two of my favorite people. One is like one of my favorites. Like when I was a kid, I had basically when I was a young kid. So Willie Mays was my sports hero. My grandfather's really my hero. But Willie Mays was my first sports hero, and then this brother, he came on the scene, truly one of my heroes. I only had three, to be honest with you. Some people called him the Louisville Lip. When he was born, his mama named him Cassius Clay. He changed his name. He became a member of the Nation of Islam. He remained a Muslim. And I am talking about the one, the only, the GOAT. People talk about, this is, Michael Jordan the GOAT, LeBron James is the GOAT, so-and-so is the GOAT. Now this man, he invented the term, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Hell, he knew it. He even called himself that and said it ain't bragging when you can back it up. I can make an argument, for me, the greatest boxer of all time. Muhammad Ali, born on this day, January 17th, 1942. So that means he would have been 80. He would have been 82 today. He joined the Ancestors back in 2016. Happy birthday, champ. Man, we love you. Muhammad Ali, happy heavenly birthday. Also, happy heavenly birthday to one Eartha Kitt, who's a native, actually, of South Carolina, a little town called North South Carolina, which is north of where I am right now. Happy heavenly birthday to Eartha Kitt, born on this day, January 17th, way back, 1927. Yeah, 1927. So, yeah, she'd have been up there. What, 94? No, let's see. Well, she'd have been up there. She'd have been approaching 100. Actually, she'd have been 97. Do the math, right? 7, 14. She would have been 97 today. So happy heavenly birthday to Eartha Kitt. All right, speaking of South Carolina, I gotta take a deep dive because I talked about this yesterday, but it's so obnoxious, and this person is trying to like moonwalk. I was talking about Michael Jackson earlier. She trying to moonwalk back what she initially said, but you said what you said, and you know better, because you said what you said, and in the same sentence, you contradicted what you said. I'm talking about the former governor of the state of South Carolina, Miss Nikki Haley. Now, Nikki Haley, or Nimrata, actually, so her first name, her real first name, is Nimrata. Nikki is her middle name. Now, you can ask her This is the woman that said, America was never racist. We're not racist. But you can ask her, then why didn't she use her first name, her given first name? Or maybe you can ask her to maybe talk about the racism, because she did talk about it. She's like, well, America is not racist, and I know because I experienced real racism. Huh? Wait. So America has never been racist. We're not racist because I know what real racism looks like because I experienced racism. Okay, look, I'm not accusing the woman of anything, but something, I don't know, was it edibles? Was it too much wine? Was Snoop and them in the vicinity and you got a contact high or something? So how could you say racism? And now she's trying to moonwalk and, well, yes, but, yes, of course. It's like, listen, guys, I've been living here in South Carolina, doing a radio show, #1 radio show in the city for nearly 20 years, since 2005. So for a time, she was the governor of the state. Now, she will say anything to gain power. Now, she'll do it with a smile. She won't be as obnoxious and arrogant as Orange Jumpsuit Hitler. She's just not openly venomous and evil, but her policies are all MAGA. All MAGA. The whole MAGA cult, all MAGA. This is the woman who said, the Confederate flag, it's not a symbol of hate. It's a symbol of heritage. It's a symbol of heritage, of a heritage of hate. Nimrata, that's exactly what it is. And then she'll get on TV, she'll say, well, I was a governor when they took down the Confederate flag from the state capitol. Oh, but no revisionist history. This is why people like her, they don't want black history taught in school. And they say, oh, it's CRT, critical race theory, which is bullshit. Okay? Let me just explain to it. I'm going to keep it real simple. Critical race theory is a theory that's taught in law school. It's not even taught in like undergrad schools in any college. So all these people lying to you, well, CRT, it teaches white kids to hate themselves, and it teaches black kids to hate white folks, and they teach it in kindergarten and in 5th grade. It's a lie. It's bullshit. Anybody if they're telling you that, they are lying to your face. And that should tell you something. It has never, ever, ever, ever been taught in any elementary school, middle school, or high school. It's not even taught if your son or daughter is in college, and unless they were in law school at just certain colleges, primarily HBCUs, and some other, as they call them, PWI, primary white institutions, critical race theory was never taught. And all it was, critical race theory taught in law schools, in colleges and universities only, is taught, or basically the course shows how America used the legal system to uphold and enforce and to maintain not just racism, slavery, Jim Crow segregation. As a matter of fact, I've said it before, and here's a quick lesson again. So to show you the importance for those who are practicing law, who are in law school, let's talk about how America has used the law to reinforce and to allow not just institutional racism and everything that came along with it, from lynching, you name it. So, in 1933, now think about what was happening in the world in 1933. Oh, this dude, like the original Hitler, was in Germany, and he was systematically not just discriminating against, but trying to come up with every way he could. And he murdered 6 million Jews, 6 million European Jews. 6 million. And also he hated like what he called gypsies. He didn't like black folks, folks who may have had some type of physical disability. All right. So now if you're wondering, there was a term so Hitler created, or had people who I guess studied law, created something called the Nuremberg laws. And those were laws that allowed the state of Germany, that nation, to write and pass laws, legislation to legally discriminate against Jewish people. Now, you might be wondering, how did Hitler come up with that idea? Well, in 1933, he sent one of his Nazi lawyers to America. He didn't send them to Russia, send them to Moscow, he didn't send them anywhere in Europe. He sent them to not just America, he sent them to a university in the American South. He sent his lawyer to the University of Arkansas's law school to study the American Jim Crow system and what that looked like on paper. What did the legislation look like? How did they write it? Because the American Constitution says all men are created equal, which is really bullshit, because on the face alone, it was sexist and misogynistic. All men are created equal. They didn't even mention women in the original Constitution. Oh, by the way, black folks were not full humans. They were like 3/5 of a human. I digress. So, Nimrata, Miss Nikki Haley, America, it was built on a foundation of racism. America, facts, not fiction, engaged in the genocide of millions of indigenous Native Americans. Then they engaged in what's called the transatlantic chattel slavery system, where they enslaved millions of Africans, primarily from West Africa, and took part in it. Because it wasn't just here, it was in the Caribbean. The majority of enslaved Africans actually went to Brazil, like 5 million. I digress. But America engaged fully in the transcontinental chattel slavery industry, and then they maintained it. And there was a war fought, Nikki Haley. As a matter of fact, the first state to secede from America in 1860 that triggered the Civil War, which actually the first shots were fired right here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. The first state to succeed, to separate itself from the United States of America, was South Carolina in December of 1860. So you had that. So you had 250 years of chattel slavery. Then there was a Civil War. I mean, basically from like 1619, I could go on. So then 1860s, we had a Civil War that ended in 1865, technically. Then you had another 150 years of legalized racism, and it was called Jim Crow laws, where racism was written and codified. It was written in paper, in black and white, and codified in law, voted upon by states, governors, with state representatives and state senators. That really, Jim Crow actually legally didn't end till like the mid-60s. You have the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act. But now you have this MAGA cult. They don't want to renew the Civil Rights Act. They don't want to extend the Voting Rights Act. I wonder why. Oh, couldn't have anything to do with racism now, could it, Nimrod and Nikki Haley? All right. Also, you were the governor, Nimrata, Nikki Haley, where in 2015, you had a 21-year-old self-admitted white nationalist that went to a black church, Mother AME Church, downtown Charleston, South Carolina, not even 20 minutes from where I am standing right now. On a Wednesday night during Bible study, walked in the back door of Mother AME Church, sat with 9 beautiful black people, including the pastor, who was also a politician. He was Reverend Clemente Pinckney, a state senator here in South Carolina. And he sat, and that racist sat with those 9 black people who didn't know his ass from Adam, a total stranger, accepted this young man, read scripture to this young man, prayed for this young man. He stood and prayed with them. Then he took out a gun and he murdered 9 people, and he let 2 survive and told them, I want you to tell the world what I did. That happened here in South Carolina. And you'll say, well, see, I took the Confederate flag down from the state capitol. No, you were forced to do it. There were economic pressures. People were boycotting the state. You will get more boycotts. You had politicians here, state representatives like Wendell Gilliard, state senators, so many people. And then after this dude, there were pictures of this murderer, with Confederate flags behind him and, him holding Confederate flags. Then the heat really was turned up on your tail. So you didn't take it down willingly because you said that same flag was a symbol of heritage, not hate, until that symbol of heritage turned up and was used and displayed proudly as a symbol of heritage and hatred by a 21-year-old murderer who assassinated 9 black people in a church at the end of Bible study. So when you talk about, America's never been racist, even on the same sentence, like 5 seconds later or 2 seconds later, you said, I know real racism because I experienced racism. And then you forgot that your dad from India, a brown-skinned man who's more brown-skinned than me, who wore a turban, who couldn't get a job as a professor, not because he didn't have the academic resume. He had the academic credentials, but he had the wrong skin color. You've even talked about how your dad had to deal with racism from local police. You said that yourself publicly. So stop lying. You told this lie. America's never been racist. We've never been racist. America is still racist today. Now that doesn't mean each and every person is racist, but there's racism in every institution. Institutionalized racism, it permeates, it affects everything from medicine, where black women are somehow looked at as somehow not having the same pain threshold, are looked at by the medical profession, discriminated against. When black people, especially black women, talk about their pain, many doctors look at them and say, they're not in that kind of pain. They're delusional, or they just say that because they want more drugs. Not fiction, no lies here, all facts. Absolutely all facts. Discrimination in housing, in home values, where homes, a black home, 2 homes, the exact same square footage, all the same amenities, the two exact same houses. And if it's owned by a black person, and an appraiser will come by there and see that pictures of the black homeowners, they will, because I'm not making this up, it's been documented. And there's data on it. Black homeowners' homes, on average, are appraised at nearly half of the value of white homeowners for the exact same house. Discrimination still, and now let's get rid of affirmative action. And affirmative action was created to affirm all the institutional racism and all the racism that was codified in law, like Jim Crow laws, and before that, where slavery was legal. So you had 400 plus years of sanctioned, legalized slavery, which led to Jim Crow laws. So technically, racism was codified in law in America for 400 years. So I don't know where you went to school, and I don't know what kind of history classes you went to. But see, when you try to ban, you try to say, oh, we don't want CRT taught. We're banning all these books, and we don't want black history to be taught. It's American history. And teaching the truth is not going to make people hate each other. I'm just going to let you in on a little secret real quick. Nikki Haley. If you want to end racism, you have to acknowledge it. America as a country has to acknowledge it, and it has to repair and restore the damage. If you're having a pain and you ignore it, the pain can get worse, and the condition can get worse. You can't cure any condition until you diagnose it, acknowledge that there's a problem, diagnose the problem, and treat it properly. Get the right diagnosis. All right. Now, before I get out of here, for all those that are saying, well, it's election year, president. What has President Biden done for black folks? All right, so if anybody comes to you with this foolishness, first of all, you can tell them it's easy to find out. If you really want to know, you can Google it. But I'm going to help you out. I'm going to just give you, as a matter of fact, in 90 seconds, less than 90 seconds, I can just go give you a short little laundry list. So in the barbershop, when one of these fools come in with this nonsense, or the hair salon, or you're watching the game, or you're over family's house or whatever, maybe having a family dinner, and this one fool starts with that, or wherever you could be, try not to get into that conversation. A lot of jobs don't like you to have political conversation, but you know what I'm saying. Maybe I might be standing outside in the back, those who smoke. I call it the smoker's lounge, where people go outside, the side of the building or in the back or whatever, and they smoke. And somebody comes to you with this foolishness. And by the way, President Biden, I had a chance to sit down with him a week ago last Monday on January 8th. You can go to my radio station's website, star997.com, or the Star 997 Facebook page. I am looking to get his team. So the White House shot the video of me sitting down having a conversation here at a local restaurant, Hannibal's Soul Food Kitchen. Shout out to Brother LJ and his family that own it. Great food. So, you don't have to take my word for it. You can hear President Biden yourself. And I'm gonna be airing that video here on the show, but you can go to my radio station's website. You can listen to the conversation. He will tell you that he canceled $132 billion with a B, $132 billion in student loan debt. More than 3.6 million people, and a lot of them folks are black folks. A lot of you all watching me right now got one of those emails from President Biden. Hello, this is President Biden. Congratulations. Your student loan debt balance is zero, or your student loan debt has been reduced by $10,000 or $20,000. As a matter of fact, if you're watching me and you got one, please leave me a comment right here in the comment section here on my YouTube channel. Here in South Carolina alone, over 14,000 people received over, I believe, let me just step over here because I got over $1 billion in student loan debt canceled. Now, let's talk about black folks. HBCUs. So if you got a son or a daughter or niece or nephew or a grandchild, went to an HBCU, or maybe you are an alumni, $7 billion President Biden has given to HBCUs. $7 billion. Canceled $132 billion. Would have canceled more, but the MAGA cult members that have control of the House of Representatives, the U.S. House of Representatives, blocked him, got in the way, went to the Supreme Court, and remember, the Supreme Court is controlled by the MAGA cult members. 5 of them are hardcore MAGA cult members, and the Chief Justice, he's like MAGA light. He's like a closet MAGA cult member. Now, he would deny it. He would say, I am not a MAGA. Just watch how he votes. It's the same court that reversed Roe versus Wade, which has allowed all these southern states to virtually ban abortions. Like here in South Carolina, where there's a 6-week ban on abortion. 6 weeks, some women hadn't even missed a period. Most women don't even have no clue at 6 weeks they are pregnant. Oh, don't take my word for it. I'm not an OBGYN. Ask one. He or she will tell you that. President Biden wants to restore women's reproductive rights. As a matter of fact, there's legislation that Democrats have already written to have a national law that will protect a woman's reproductive rights. Now, President Biden ain't gave me a penny. Democrats ain't gave me a penny. But the truth will set you free. My grandmother said, Jeannie, the truth needs no defense. So I'm just giving it to you straight, no chaser. Now, you can believe a lie, but I'm giving you the facts. Now, maybe you can't handle the truth, but that is the truth. Every lead pipe in America replaced. Too many young black children live in poor communities. Not all, but too many live in poor communities. We don't have to talk about, remember Flint, Michigan? Somebody who's living in Flint may be watching me right now. Cities and smaller towns have a problem. They have all this old infrastructure and these lead pipes, and that lead gets into the drinking water like it did in Flint. And you have lead poisoning kids, and they have all kind of, like from learning disabilities to other medical conditions because they are drinking water with lead in it. He's replacing that. Let's talk about the child tax credits, the $250 to $300 a month child tax credits per children. President Biden, along when Democrats had control of the House and Senate, people got that money. And who stopped it? You guessed it. The MAGA cult members that took control of the House of Representatives. But if President Biden, when he wins re-election, if he can get control of the U.S. House of Representatives and maintain control of the Senate, they can restore those child tax credits that a lot of black Americans, I know, because there were people in my family. I have a niece, probably more than one of my nieces. I know one for a fact. She received the child tax credit. She has 4 kids. She was a guest on my show to tell her story. So it benefited a lot of black folks, but it also benefited a lot of white folks too. Because you all know, the majority of people that's on any kind of public assistance, which child tax credits are not. But just for the record, it's like, black women are lazy on welfare. It was some Hispanic, an immigrant from somewhere in Mexico, Central America, in Chicago. They had him on video. Or black women are lazy. Get a job. Say, yo, dude, you can't immigrate with that racism and that white nationalism that you learned. Okay? Black folks built this country for free, unfortunately, because it was forced labor. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret, partner. The majority of people that's on any kind of public assistance, government public assistance, not black women, it's white people. Primarily white women make up the largest demographic of those who collect any type of public assistance. Don't take my word for it. You can Google it and find out for yourself. Insulin, $35 a month, especially if you have a senior in your family or Medicare. You were paying, some people were paying $700, $800, $900, $1,000 a month for insulin. Insulin, $35 a month. You can thank Joe Biden for it. Black unemployment, the lowest that it has ever been. Mr. quote unquote, a lot of folks will call him the first black president, Bill Clinton, even though he wasn't black. Unemployment wasn't this low for black people. Even the real first black president, my dude, none but love for him, President Barack Obama. Black unemployment was low, but it was not this low. So when you say, oh, President Biden ain't done nothing for black folks, what has he done? That's just a very, very short list. Was to restore the assault weapons ban that they had in the early 90s. He was a senator. He helped write that legislation. He helped write the law. So, just to set the record straight, to separate fact from fiction and truth from lies and rumors, somebody's got to do it. That's what the Geno Jones Show is for, to do it with a smile. I had a little humor to it. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life, as always. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I want to thank everybody for watching me live. Hello, my number one fan. Hello, mother, and everybody else watching me. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, unless it's a holiday, or otherwise, I tell you, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in frigid Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Subscribe and tell everybody you know and don't know, and like and love and can't stand, and strangers and aliens from outer space. Tell them all, or as Nelly would say, who's going out on tour with Janet Jackson this year, everybody, tell everybody to subscribe and share and screen grab. Make it go viral, create a viral moment, put it up here, YouTube Short or TikTok, or that racist ass Twitter, now known as X, with that racist ass on the Elon Musk, on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. Create your viral moment of the show. As a matter of fact, for those who say, what has President Biden done for black people? I just gave you a list. 2 minutes. You can just grab 2 minutes of that and just go ahead and text it or tag anybody that is asking that question. That ain't everything. That's just some of the main things that's really kind of important. I'm just saying. All right. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. Shout out to Allie Jones. Allie Jones, she is the official wardrobe consultant, or I call her, she's the trip director, the official wardrobe consultant of the Geno Jones Show, and a fashion designer. Check her and her designs out at lx.n like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash below the lower right-hand corner on Instagram. lx.n, that would be N like that. I don't want to make it backwards. Boom, there you go. NCL underscore. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. CEO of Designer Cuts Barbering Palace. It's not a barber shop. It is a barbering palace here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. You can check him and check out Oh, check out the cuts. Check out his work. It's Kelby Cutting Up. KELBECUTTINUP on Instagram. The next live edition, yes, the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. For those who are watching me live right now, there's a lot of you guys. Thank you very much for watching me live. And if you're watching me whenever you got time or remember or somebody told you or you got a notification and you couldn't watch it live, but you're watching me live right now from wherever, at home, in your bedroom, in your living room, in the kitchen, on your smartphone or your tablet, you at the airport, at your gate, maybe on the plane, watching it, in the barber shop, like Designer Cuts or any barber shop or barbering palace. His is a barbering palace or hair salon or wherever you might be watching. Thank you for watching me live. Thank you for just watching me, period. Don't forget to spread the word. We are now officially, we have the numbers to become an official YouTube partner. I need to have a conversation, YouTube, so we can get that going. And get them YouTube checks going. That's right. Let's go ahead and secure that bag. I'll see you live Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, thank you for watching. I love you. Holla.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.